Hello there, album enjoyers.
Dearest album enjoyers, we speak to you now very briefly to quickly plug the Enjoy an Album Patreon, aka Becoming an Ultra.
We are plugging Becoming an Ultra. Not the things that you get by being an Ultra, we are plugging the experience of becoming an Ultra.
If that's not the number one reason to become an Ultra, I don't know what is. No. It's just £5 per month. If you've ever listened to this podcast and thought, I like these fellas, I enjoy listening to their 4 free hours of content that they put out every month, I would like to purchase them a pint or a coffee one time. This is a way of doing that. But you get exclusive content in return.
You get exclusive content in return. You get full episodes on albums such as...
recently we did Grimes
Visions, Ed Sheeran's Divide.
Yes, we did Anoni and the Johnsons. We did the Pogues.
And the Pogues.
We did
Rum Sodomy and the Lash by the Pogues.
The Foo Fighters.
Yeah, that was a sad one.
We did Idols, Black Country New Road.
Yeah.
Also,
Ants from Up Here.
You would have access to the Edinburgh Fringe Enjoy an Album live show.
We done a live show at Monkey Barrel Comedy Club. We fucking ripped it and shipped it. People were saying that's...
People were saying it's one of the best things they've ever seen in their lives, including The Godfather. They said it was better than The Godfather.
People actually did say that it was the funniest thing they'd seen at the Fringe, and they weren't even fucking worms, never mind ultras. They were just like, that was really funny.
Yeah, like...
They didn't even like us as people, and they went, that was funny.
Yeah.
Which is mental.
Yeah, so get on that. You also get ad-free experience.
Some of my biggest enemies have said that that's the best thing I've ever seen.
Barack Obama himself was in the audience. Chris Rowe, that was... let me be clear. That was a fantastic live show.
Let me be clear. I hate you. But that's funny.
Zane Lowe has watched it twice.
Zane Lowe, he played it on his... He played the whole live episode.
He dropped it twice in a row.
Just like Barack Obama dropped bombs on various countries.
That was a fantastic live show. So you also get episodes a day early, and you get exclusive access to tickets for live shows when they do
ad-free experience. You don't have to hear this shite.
This shite every goddamn week, and we forget to do a new one every month. So sometimes it's 3 months of the same advert.
Yep.
This has probably gone on long enough. You understand what I'm saying. Become an Ultra today. Patreon.com/enjoy an album. Link in bio.
Just be sound and do it.
Hello and welcome to Enjoy an Album. It's the end of year wrap up.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Hell yes. This week we're going to have a fun time. And next week, going through our own personal top 10 albums of the year.
Just this week and next week, we're going to have a good time.
Yes. It's like Charlie Brooker's end of year wipe, but for music and our own tastes.
Yeah. So what would you call that? Vinyl wipe? Maybe if you were.
Does that make sense?
Do you have them?
What's a vinyl wipe?
It's like a little cloth you would use to clean your record player.
I don't think you call it a vinyl wipe. I think you just made that up.
You wouldn't use the term screen wipe either, though, would you? Unless you had that.
Well, that's the name of a transition, though, isn't it?
Is it? Okay. I don't know enough about the form.
Clearly.
Anyway. We are counting down our top 10 now. Me and Liam are actually different people.
What?
We could not decide together.
Well, we didn't try.
We didn't even try.
So we're going to do that. But before that, very exciting. We've decided to do a bit of Christmas gift giving.
Well, last week we had Michael Bublé on.
Mickey Bubbles. Came on and he spoke about his favourite album, which was Untrue by Burial. Surprising choice.
He spoke at length about the 7/7 attacks. Which some people think didn't happen.
Well, yeah, which, I mean, just shows that he listens to the podcast. He pitched it perfectly.
Santa baby, they faked those explosions on the tube that day.
I would love to hear a Burial version of a Michael Bublé song.
Santa baby, Santa baby, Santa baby, Santa baby. Santa Pally.
So we're going to do some Christmassy gift giving. We're going to bestow gifts upon each other. Who wants to go first?
Okay, I've got some presents for... Well, here's the issue. I told you I was bringing in presents.
Yes.
Some of them are for the podcast.
Right. I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that. So you are giving gifts to us and I'm giving gifts to you. This is such a typical Christopher MacArthur Boyd F-up.
Okay, first present.
Chris is digging into the biggest bag in the world, which he carries around with him now. Oh my
Look at
God.
this. I found it.
So, wait a second. Okay, so for the audio listener, Christopher has just revealed from his bag the Linkin Park Funko Pop, which I gifted him publicly on the first ever live episode at the Edinburgh Fringe 2 years ago, which he said he had lost in the move. He has found it and is now giving it back to us.
It's been a little bit dented from Apple Sorbet Towers to Apple Sorbet Towers 2 move.
Is that
However,
apple sorbet on it? Because it looks a bit gross. I wouldn't lick it, brother. That makes such a satisfying noise. Okay, so here the Linkin Park Funko Pop is going to join, I guess, the books in the background.
Should we open it?
Excuse me? And what? Decrease its value?
I don't think it could have its value decreased if someone spunked
No, if it's
acid
got-
on the front. That seems to be.
I think leave it in the box because it says Linkin Park on it and it's cool. So let's leave it in the box. You're not look. You've had it 2 years to play with it and you fucking lost it. You don't want to get to open it now. You're giving it back as a pretend gift to me when it's actually something I gifted you. Sure, there's a name for that. Jesus
Called
Christ.
regifting. Okay. that goes there.
Upcycling.
And if fucking Ralph Brown and the Brown Jewels tries to use my Funko Pop
If the
collection,
Joy Agenda are in here using the Linkin Park Funko Pop for their own background.
Enjoy Agenda?
Yes, there's Jay Lafferty and Amelia Bailey.
Is this an offshoot of ours? Enjoy Agenda?
No, it's not. It's the Joy Agenda.
The Joy
It's
Agenda?
not Enjoy Agenda. They're not choosing a different gender to enjoy every week.
That's what I thought you said.
Okay, well now this is going to sound fucked. This is going to be fucked up because now you've given the podcast studio a Funko Pop which I gifted you,
Right.
and now I'm going to give you an actual gift.
I've got other stuff. You want? No. Let's finish mine and then...
No, we'll go one at a time.
All right, one at a time.
Isn't that how you do Christmas in your house, or do you take turns and open stuff?
I think everybody gets their turn.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? And then everybody gets to see.
No,
what-
everybody gets their turn to open all the presents.
at once. That's chaos. So then if you're last, you're sitting there watching your fucking dad open 4 packs of socks whilst there's a big wrapped thing.
It's very dread-inducing. That's why they like Christmas, because my family does it in a very dread-inducing way, where
Yeah.
everybody observes you and you'd have no privacy
Yeah, the order's all
to feel
wrong.
how you want to feel.
Okay, so I brought you, this is the Frightened Rabbit EP on red vinyl.
No, I love that.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
what I want. It's got Scottish winds. Fuck this place, the work.
On limited edition red vinyl.
Fuck this place. A song about Edinburgh.
Wow.
About being lost and drunk in Edinburgh, featuring I believe Tracy Ann Campbell. Or Lauren Maybury. I can't remember. I think it's Tracy Ann Campbell does backing vocals on that. It's one of my favourite
There you go.
EPs.
Do you own this? I was worried
No,
you
no,
might
I don't
have it
own it
already.
at all.
So there you go. So that's a good present.
Have you heard Scottish winds? It was Scottish
Actually,
Independence.
that's for the podcast. It's so it can sit in the background. You're not allowed to open it or listen to it. If you could just leave that there. No, that's not. That's fair is fair.
That's good, isn't it?
So there you go. Merry Christmas from me.
Drawn
Frightened
by
Rabbit
Scott
EP.
Hutchinson as well, featuring his trademark ribbon work.
Yeah.
And the work, which I don't even know the name of the guy who sings the work with him. It's let's see, the work, Archie Fisher. I don't even know this, but I had this on my iPod Touch.
Wow.
When I was studying Napier.
Well, there you go.
I used to listen to this a lot. That's great. Thanks very much for a nice gift.
There you go. You're welcome. Okay. So what are we gonna do? What are you gonna give me now? Something else that I've given you? Is that Little Life book?
Well, it's a book.
It is a book and it's wrapped. Wow, you've actually wrapped it. The one I gave you wasn't wrapped because I bought it an hour ago.
Oh, where'd you get it?
Avalanche Records.
Avalanche Records.
Which I
Vinton
like.
Street in
So
Glasgow.
I'm going to open this very carefully. You've wrapped it this quite well, although you've used masking tape, which I think is funny. But other than
This is a
that,
good ASMR episode, isn't it? A lot of nice sounds.
is that good? Are people getting off on that? That's Chris shaking his toothpicks, but it could be Santa's sleigh if all the bells had been
Santa's
filled with peas instead of metal bits.
It's a very kind of pro-environment Santa, where he's using
What
chickpeas as a
is
sleigh bell.
this? It is Ronan Keating's book, Life is a Roller Coaster. Right. Okay. I brought you good presents, and you brought me joke presents. Look, what the fuck? I can't believe I've been done like this. I spent like £50 in a record shop. There's a picture of Ronan Keating on a motorbike.
Hey, show it one off.
There you go. So that very good.
Life is a Harley Davidson, just gotta ride it.
What is the I don't. What is the joke here? I don't think I've ever mentioned Ronan Keating.
Signed.
Is it? Mm-hmm. All the
Checked it.
it says all the best, Barack Obama. Let me be clear. Life is a roller coaster.
Let me be clear. Life is a drone strike.
Wow. Thank you,
is a drone
Chris.
strike, Obama.
This is good. Is this also for the podcast? This is going to go in the background as well. Great. Now the other fantastic present,
His
which I
cheeky
bought you.
grin behind Our Band Could Be Your Life by Michael Azarad. The most complete history of the American
Here's
indie rock
another
underground.
unwrapped present. It's a t-shirt.
No, not right. The Lightning t-shirt. No, I love it.
There you are. What a good friend I am. So this is a Metallica Ride the Lightning t-shirt in your size, small boys,
Small boy.
which again I think you would enjoy.
Oh, it is a small child as well. I'm more of a small when it comes to t-shirts. That's maybe too. That's great, isn't it?
That's going to fit you perfectly. Let's be
good for an
real.
obese boy. A wee obese boy.
Yeah, which is what you are.
Obese.
So you're going to ride the Lightning.
I'm thinking about getting that tattooed on my neck.
a neck. You're going to get a neck tattoo.
Electric chair on the neck with the lightning coming out my ears.
That's a woohoo from
People
me.
go, "How do you want to die?" And you just go, Just to see it.
So there you go. That's another great present from me, I think.
You want you? Well, this is a good one. I have presents in the house for you that I didn't take through because I didn't wrap them.
I think if you're going to do joke presents, you should especially publicly on a podcast, you should let the other person know that they're fun joke presents. Because I've embarrassed myself big style here. I've gone too sincere. And I look fucking ridiculous.
Oh
my God, just spat on me. There's present number 3.
This is
pool
what
of
you
drool.
hope for when you do a joke present, that you'll get something that you actually want, and they'll fuck it.
This happened to me and my wife as well for our anniversary.
I know that. Tell them the story
I
about
bought
this.
my last year. I bought tickets to see My Neighbor Totoro in London, the adaptation of the Studio Ghibli classic, and I knew it was going to sell out. I bought it in like May or April or something, and I thought I'll pocket that for the next time there's a present to be gifted to my wife. And then it came to our wedding anniversary, and so I gifted her this wonderful present. And
One of the hottest, I mean, in terms of like otaku theatre dweeb, like you are, you know, it's like, what a cool present to give someone.
yes,
Expensive,
especially since we
thoughtful.
lived in Japan for a while, and when we were there, we went to the Studio Ghibli Museum. It was important. Well, you say that, but we have different opinions. And then she gave me. I kind of saw her face drop a bit when she gave me, because she realised that there were different levels to the presents.
Yeah.
And listen, I don't want no disrespect to my wife.
No disrespect to your wife. She's cool, but
I gave her 2 tickets to see sort of limited run London theatrical spectacular adaptation of one of our favourite films, and she gave me 2 copper spoons.
I can't think who that's a suitable gift for.
Well,
Maybe
here's the thing.
a frog.
Why would a frog want spoons?
If he was trying to get into like alchemy or something to turn him into a human, he'd need copper spoons to make potions or something. Maybe that's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know what that is.
A frog who longs to walk as a human maybe would need copper spoons.
So let me be clear.
Let me be clear.
The reason that she got me that was, here's the thing. We for wedding anniversaries, we normally follow the fun sort of traditional gifts list.
Yeah.
So like it's linen or cotton, etc. So this year it was copper. And so what are you doing? Why are you doing it so loudly whilst we're talking on an audio format?
Talk about your wife.
So we normally follow the traditional gifts, and this year it was copper. And so, as we know, I've been porridge pilled this year. So the idea was that they were beautiful spoons, handcrafted copper spoons to eat my porridge with. The problem is the spoon is too big to actually use. And then I overshot with too big a gift instead of just getting like a nice copper cup or something and going, here, it's like a thoughtful small gift. So that's the only thing, is the disparity between the two. Still though, I am selling 1 ticket for Studio Ghibli's My Neighbor Totoro. Highest bidder.
I'll give you a Funko Pop for it.
And so there's another present here for me to unwrap.
Well, this is. I do have another. I have a record in the flat that I was going to give you, but then I was like, oh wait, am I just getting that for him? But I really want it for me. Will he even like it? Will he appreciate it? I'm not sure.
What? Okay.
I was going to get you what I think could be your favorite metal album of all time.
Right. Okay. That's too much of a clue. Don't give us clues like that for presents. That's terrible. Okay. Well, can I open this?
Do you want a clue?
No.
You just said you don't like clues.
Yeah, not for presents. That's the best bit. Is the surprise. Your scarf has been stuck.
Your thumb's on my scarf.
No, it is not. Okay, so
don't grab my scarf and then say, "Oh, you've stuck your scarf to your present."
The scarf was stuck to the masking tape, which again is the craziest present wrapping apparatus I've ever seen. So here we have. It's a book. This Isn't Happening, Radiohead's Kid A in the Beginning of the 21st Century by Stephen Hyden. This is what we're talking about. Now we're fucking going. A whole book about Kid A by Radiohead. Album. My second favourite Radiohead album.
After in Rainbows.
This is a fantastic gift. This is more like it.
This is more like it.
This is the one, all right?
Yeah.
You've redeemed yourself with the Funko Pop and the Ronan Keating biography with...
It's signed by Barack Obama.
With let's see... like 220-page book about one album.
Stephen Hyden's the guy who wrote, I don't know if you listened to the National episode I did with Stu, but he came up with the Frankenstein Laughs combo playlist of the best of, he's the best rock writer in America just now.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Thank you very much.
It's okay. Thank you for getting me this and the other stuff you got me.
Last gift for you.
Was there another one?
Well, yeah, we did the 3
T-shirt, record.
Yeah, well, this was...
Oh, baby.
Okay.
Is this a joke one?
So, no, there's no joke one. I don't joke when it comes to presents, okay? I've given you Ghibli tickets, you've given me copper spoons.
I would never give anybody copper spoons.
You gave me Ronan Keating's fucking book.
That's cool.
That's the copper spoons of the literary world.
If that was in your house, you'd look at that every day and go, ha ha ha.
If that was in my house, I'd use it to eat porridge.
That's fine.
Then it'd at least have some fucking use.
More useful than they fucking spoons.
So when you go to... Don't be mean to my wife.
I'm very... your wife's cool, but come on.
When you go to a record shop and in their window, they have posters of the current stuff that's on sale. Mm-hmm. Well, at Avalanche Records, in the back room, they have lots of their previous posters of maybe classic albums and things that, once the album is not hot anymore, they take the posters down.
How do you have access to Avalanche Records back rooms?
Fuck yeah, I know a few guys. Okay. So, I got 2 posters, but then one of them I wanted myself, so I also got it for me because they had 2 copies of it.
So we both got copies?
Yes, but you've just moved into a new house.
Yeah.
So this is maybe you might want some of these to hang up
in my office,
to frame in your office. So the first one we have, because you've been reading this recently, is the original poster for Neutral Milk Hotels
album out now
in the Airplane Over the Sea. When that was released, this is the album out now poster from that.
Is this the relaunch that had the Franz Ferdinand sticker on it? Or is this original 1998?
I reckon this is the relaunch. I reckon if this was 30 years old, it would be in slightly worse nick than it is
That's
now.
Great, though.
So I've got 2 of them because I wanted that as well.
Oh, cool. What's that one underneath?
And then the other one is...
Hard to show off posters on a podcast, isn't it?
Yes. Is the original single release of Arctic Monkeys, When the Sun
They
Goes
say changes when the sun goes down.
Your favourite...
Round the
Your favourite song that Rayton's influence...
They say it changes when the moon goes up on the moon, a hotel on the moon.
So there you go. Don't worry about it. That was only like £5 or something. That's
pretty cool, isn't
it?
Yeah,
pretty cool. So there you go. That's 3, I think, really cool gifts.
I got you cool gifts as well.
I would love to see them. A Tannock's tea cake. Or is it? No, it's a wafer bar, isn't it?
A wafer biscuit.
No, I don't.
Made in Uddingston.
Currently not having sugar.
Yeah, it comes across. And you're overly earnest gift giving, right?
Are we blocking? Are we blocking our faces with the posters?
We must be.
No. Okay. Yeah. No, that's cool.
We'll put it over there.
We'll use it as a tablecloth. There you go.
Don't use the Arctic Monkeys poster. I'll spill Iron Brew all over the presents. Oh.
Just don't spill Iron Brew. Oh. So there you go.
You
a very Merry Christmas from me.
Thanks a lot. Has this got you in the mood to count down your top 10 records with my top 10 records.
Number 10, Ronan Keating. Number 9, Barack Obama.
Life is a roller coaster on the moon.
Listen, it's going to be a fun, chill episode today, chatting about some of our favourite episodes of the year.
This is a Christmas night out for the bar.
Christmas night out. But on Christmas nights out, there's also admin. So I'm going on tour. Tickets are on sale all over the UK. Chris is doing the Soho Theatre very soon with his...
I'm also putting a tour on sale soon.
Tour on sale soon. We're doing a live show at the Glasgow Comedy Festival on March the 17th at the Glee Comedy Club. Tickets on sale for that.
Enjoy an album, live.
Enjoy the end of year wrap up. Love you. Bye. Hey, are your pubes too hairy? Do you need help with that?
Your groin too hairlicious? Hirsute?
Is there too much of a positive environment for crabs and lice?
Too much fuzz on your coos?
When you get undressed in front of someone you wish to have a sexual time with, are you embarrassed by the state of your nether regions?
Having an examination done by a doctor and you're self-conscious about how hairy your balls and bits are?
Us too. What a shame there's no solution for this kind of problem.
No, wait, there is.
What?
Manscaped.
Oh my God, what is that? Tell me more.
Not manscaping, not manscaper, manscaped.
Only a stupid person would have called it that by accident 10 times in a row.
Yes.
Only an idiot.
It's the below the belt grooming experience. It's not blade free, it's blade full.
It's bladeful.
It's cut free. You won't
It's cut free.
I'm literally closing my eyes in the shower in the fucking rain coming down. I shower in the rain and I'm just not even looking, just buzzing.
If you do look, there's a little handy torch which highlights where you're about to trim. Yes.
I've never used the torch. That's cool.
Yeah, it's
attached to the lawnmower.
Yeah, there's a light that comes on that shows you exactly where you're trimming.
You can do it in the dark with your eyes closed, and you still hit the mark.
You can do it dark with your eyes closed in the shower. It's waterproof. You can charge it using USB-C, so you can unplug your phone if you've got a USB-C, plug it straight into your pube trimmer. You're ready to go. You're on a train. Please only use these
your
plug
phone's up to
sockets
75%
for phones, laptops, and pube trimmers.
That's why they have that sign. Don't do that. But what you should
Sometimes I go into a coffee shop and I sit near a plug socket and I plug my lawnmower in so that I could jump into the bathroom, keep it fresh all times. I never want to see a single hair on my balls, otherwise I cry.
Yeah, I've got a cock like a dolphin.
It's grey and endangered.
Just if you want a funny gift for someone, or
it's not funny.
It's not funny. It's fucking
useful.
Serious.
Enjoy an album. No, what's the code again? Manscaped album 20. God Almighty!
You get 20% off.
Can you believe we get paid for this? Album 20 for % off your first purchase and ongoing purchases. I think
if you don't have a cock and balls, you can do it on other stuff, but it's mainly made for the cock and balls.
It's got the word "man" in the title. Let's be honest.
Let's not get into that topic, man. But hey, it's good.
It's good stuff.
The pants are good,
and the underwear, the anti-chafing material, is to die for. That's album 20. Don't die for it. Enjoy. Thank you. Bye.
You're listening to Enjoy an Album, the podcast where two comedians listen to some of the greatest albums of all time.
We are ready to count down our top 10 albums of the year. We're going to do 5 in this episode, 5 in the next episode. I forgot to tell a funny...
No, it's 5 each.
What? No, we're going to do... What?
So
5 each?
10 in this episode, 10 in the next episode?
Yeah, but 5 each. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
okay.
Just so it's clear.
So it's the one thing this podcast never is. Clear what we're doing, why we're here, how qualified we are to talk about these things. One thing I thought to talk about in the intro in terms of funny gift giving stuff is my niece, who's currently living with me, and even though she's my niece, she's a fully grown adult woman.
Yeah, I'm not WhatsApping a 9-year-old.
Well, people always, when I say my niece, people are like, oh, how old is she?
That's
I'm like,
cute.
28. She messaged
like the Stuart Lee joke.
She messaged you kindly to say, hey, I'm thinking of buying Liam a record for Christmas. Any suggestions? Now, why do I know that? Because Chris accidentally sent his response to me instead of her. A list of my favourite records from the last year came and found its way to my WhatsApp. I was like, why have you sent me this?
And one of those, that exact record will be on the list today.
Yeah, maybe it will. Maybe it will. So we're going to do this. We're going to take turns. We're going to count down.
Well, it was handy because it was like, your niece, who is 9, messaged me saying, hey, what records does Liam like? And instead of being like, oh, I don't know, you had just sent me the rough draft of the 10 best albums of the year. So it was perfect. Yeah. How could I fuck that up? Oh, by sending a link to you. Instead. However, I covered it perfectly. I realised immediately I'd sent it to the wrong person and went, might get this.
Yeah. So Christopher suggested that he pretended that he was instead going to be buying these records for himself, which I did believe. So how we're going to do this? We're going to take turns doing counting down from 10 to 6 today, and then 5 to 1 next week. So do you want to go first? Shall I go first?
You go first. That's the order in my piece of paper that I've wrote here.
My 10th. This was really hard getting this list together, by the way. There's a number of albums on here that were definitely good enough to be in the top 10. I think on a different day I probably would have put on here. And I had to make some difficult choices in terms of actually getting this list together. Mm-hmm. So there's a few that didn't make it. Slow Dive's album.
Honourable mentions, we could call it.
Yes, yeah. Slow Dive was one of them for sure that I had to cut off.
Yeah. Who was that dude who liked that? Our friend, Hideo.
Hideo Kojima.
Hideo Kojima-san.
Yeah.
Obviously included this in his top 10 albums of the year. We're still trying to get Kojima-san, if you're listening, we're still trying to get Hideo Kojima on the show.
The pod.
He has his own podcast that I think he had Shivachi's on.
Yep. So next time, Hideo, next time you're in Edinburgh, please look us up.
Hey Hideo, how about you head us up if you're ever in town? We can all sit and imagine we done the podcast just sitting inside little cardboard boxes.
I had a little look at some of the other top 10 lists, and there's some. I mean, I think we can say some of the ones we haven't put on that maybe would surprise people. Boy Genius doesn't make an appearance in either of our top 10, and that is currently topping
just because
a lot
we're
of
toxic
others.
misogynists.
Just because we hate women. No, that's not true. It just hasn't stuck. It is good. It is great. We reviewed it on the pod.
It's all right. I really think the song I don't want to be cool about it.
Yeah.
Sounding like an absolute fool about it. Knowing that. That shook me.
Yeah.
I was like a wee shook dog.
There are loads of great songs, but it just didn't hit the top 10. There's Caroline Polachek is another one that's doing very well on the top, which I have listened to and I did like. But again,
you loved it.
I don't know if I loved it.
Oh.
I didn't say I loved it.
You told me the time you liked it.
Liked.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's a difference.
So and there'll be a few others that you might be, why is that not on there? We also asked the Ultras for some of their top
and we'll get to that in episode.
We'll chat about that next week.
Yeah.
But there was a few on there that I think were fantastic, but maybe on a different day I would put in. But today, my 10th best album of the year is
number 10. Oh, sorry.
Why would you say it? That's crazy.
I'll do the numbers and you do the titles. For yours, and then for mine, you do the number and I'll do the titles. That'll make sense. Number 10.
Number 10 is Sufjan Stevens with Javelin. This only came out a few months ago. I've been listening to it a lot. It's a very cozy, wintry record, as most Sufjan Stevens albums are.
How are you saying this guy's name? Sufjan Stevens.
Yes, Sufjan.
I mean, can't be Sufjan.
Suck Job Stevens.
Suck Dick Stevens.
We're a serious musical podcast.
Ass fuck Stevens.
Sufjan Stevens. Have you ever listened to Sufjan Stevens? You ever listened to Illinois or anything like that?
Somehow, despite the fact that I'm an absolute pitchfork-pilled freak, I'm so pitchfork-pilled that I actually prefer Stereo Gum to Pitchfork now because they're better.
Yep.
But that's how much I like Pitchfork.
Right.
That I still hold them as the barometer for how good something is.
Yes. So despite being a big Pitchfork head and them loving him,
they love him. He's had 6 best new musics or something. He's had Illinois. He had this project where he was going to do an album for every state in the United States, and then he abandoned that. Yeah, gave up after 2.
He did the soundtrack for Call Me By Your Name. The song. Have you seen that film?
Call Me By Your Name. That is
Arnie Hammer and Timothy Chalamet are gay in Italy. What? Steve Carell is no. The dad looks a bit like Steve Carell, but it's not him.
I think I saw a screenshot. I went, I didn't know Steve Carell was in that.
It looks. To be fair, I can't remember the actor's name, but that actor does look like what Steve Carell looks like when he's doing serious acting. In that he has a beard
and a fake nose.
Yes. So the song that plays over the soundtrack of that is but over the closing credits of that is by Sufjan Stevens, and makes me cry every single time.
If we're going to do a little what's the script on what I think happens in Call Me By Your Name.
Sure.
One of them fucks a peach.
Correct.
Is that what I've heard? It's a bit like American Pie, but it's a peach.
Yes.
Peach cobbler.
And less sort of MILF-centric.
Not interesting.
But it's like, well, this would be, I would call Javelin a good entry point for Sufjan Stevens because it is one of his best albums he's ever made.
He had one 5 years ago about his mum and dad.
Yeah. Yeah. He's pretty prolific. He's put out a lot of albums. And they are, you know what you're getting. It's going to be finger picking. It's going to be sad. It's going to be very emotional. He has a song in it called "Will Anybody Ever Love?" Will anybody ever love to that on the train? Yeah. Love me. Well, that's
love me.
Yeah, it's good you've listened to that because I would call that your sort of classic Sufjan Stevens song. That is what he does, and it's him doing it the best he does it.
Yeah.
So that's my number 10. It does get a little bit twee at points. There's a song.
Is that an issue?
Well, I think he gets away with it because of the strength of everything else. There's a song called Little Red Fox, which reminded me of Fox in the Snow by Belle and Sebastian.
Fox in the Snow.
Yeah. So it's kind of Belle and Sebastian-y, not really, but like in terms of like twee acoustic indie.
He's a Christian as well, isn't he? How much like Steer to Murder.
So that is my 10th best album of the year. Sufjan Stevens. Javelin. Highly recommended. Christopher, what is your number 10?
Number 10 is The Hardest Times I Ever Ignored by Hayden Pedigo.
I've never heard of this, so it's interesting. I've chosen mostly albums that we've covered. You have tried to act cool and put a load of albums that I've never heard you speak about, that you've read on some fucking indie blog somewhere to try and make yourself sound cool.
Absolutely mental thing to say. I've never spoken about Sufjan Stevens in the pod either. You absolute howler.
Yeah, people have heard of him, no? Who the fuck is Hayden Pedigo?
He's a kind of instrument. I've been getting into country recently, and he's a kind of instrumental folk cowboy guy.
Okay.
Here's the story. You know the comedian Daniel Fox?
Yes.
He had a show at the French called Villains about gay villains, etc. He just put his Spotify Wrapped up a few days ago, as everybody did.
I'm going to actually, next year, I think I'm going to hold off and release my Spotify Wrapped in like March. This is what I was listening to
13 months ago.
Yeah.
People are going to be like,
well, that's it. You're the only guy doing it. You don't get fucking lost in the background noise.
yeah, it's like people who do the Fringe in November.
They
get all the attention. They get all the awards. When people
Anyway,
do 30
what was on
gigs in a
Daniel
row in
Fox's
Edinburgh.
Spotify? What was on Daniel Fox's Spotify Wrapped?
Well, he was he's a comedian, so he's quite funny, but very funny guy. But he said he was ashamed because his number one played song on Spotify was an instrumental version of an Ed Sheeran song by Ed Sheeran.
Right.
It's called I can't remember what it's called, like The Fox and the Hound or some shit like that. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
And basically it was because he went on a he just got a dog, and this website recommended that if you want to calm down your dog when you're away so it doesn't get upset, you can play this Ed Sheeran song. So he would have that on loop for his dog.
Sorry. Do you think a dog is differentiating between instrumental music and music with lyrics in?
Must be. You don't. I feel like the difference between getting shouted at or getting strummed at. Would you prefer?
If you're only putting on punk music for dogs, maybe.
I'm trying not to.
If you put on Sufjan Stevens, I think you'd be okay.
I put on Awaken by Trash Talk to a dog.
I don't think a dog is going,
breed.
will anybody ever love me? God, I mean, that's how I feel, stuck alone in this house. That's a crazy thing to suggest to people.
No, I don't think. Well, you think this is crazy. He said that. He said, okay, I have Ed Sheeran as my number one played artist because a website recommended that it's soothing for dogs to listen to.
Insane.
Songs like this. So he made a
that
playlist.
website was www.edsheeran.com, trying to up his fucking streaming numbers for having such a short album.
Honestly, I kind of assumed that it might be maybe somebody at Warner Brothers or whoever looks
Big
after him.
Ed.
Big Sheeran.
Yeah.
They're probably putting all these AI generated websites going, oh, what music do you play for having a wank in the bath? And then wankinthebath.com goes, oh, well, have you tried the Shape of You?
Yeah.
And then you make a wank in the bath playlist and it'll really up his numbers. And
I mean, what is a wank in the bath if not just investigating the Shape of You?
Great point. Imagine jacking off looking down at your genitals and going, I'm in love with the Shape of You.
Oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. That's the noise I make when I ejaculate it. Oh, no. Not that noise. Come on.
Coming.
End of year wrap up. Goodness gracious.
So anyway, I messaged Daniel and I said, hey, if you're looking for acoustic, soothing guitar music to play for your dog when you're not home, why don't you stick on The Happiest Time I've Ever Ignored by Hayden Pedigo?
Interesting name. The Happiest Time I've Ever Ignored.
I do
like that.
He's really kind of big. He just done a kind of photo shoot for Prada. He does all these kind of stunts and stuff.
Stunts?
Yeah, like stunts.
Rides a motorcycle over Death Valley.
Stuff like that. I've been messaging him.
You're messaging Hayden Pedigo?
I'm messaging Hayden Pedigo.
Saying what?
Let's find out. Hayden. I'm not going to lie.
Has he replied?
He's liked it a few times. I can't get the signal. But I do message him sometimes and go, hey, loving this. And he'll like it back. He's playing the biggest venue in Amarillo, where he's from. And I really want to go over and see it, but I can't afford that.
I remember seeing a great tweet where a girl said that she read her man's Instagram DMs to see who she was messaging, and he was just wishing footballers good luck. And that's you.
I used to do that as well. I tried getting into football.
You would message footballers?
I messaged what was his name? Czech guy.
There's a few of them.
I know, but he's big. He plays for one of the big teams.
Modric. Luka Modric. He's Croatian.
Modric. Croatian, sorry.
Yeah.
I messaged Luka Modric.
I just know you like him for some reason.
I think he's great.
Yeah.
And I messaged him and I said, I think your playing is so technical.
How fucking did you?
Didn't like it back.
Wow.
So that's Hayden Pedigo. You're one up on Luka Modric as far as I'm concerned.
That's such a person who doesn't know anything about football thing to say to a footballer.
Very technical player.
Very technical player.
The way he passes, he just sees things that the other players don't see. Because you're looking down, it's like he's playing it with a FIFA controller or something. Because the way he sees what the other players aren't seeing.
What are you talking about? Anyway,
you're too jaded by a lifetime of chants.
So
you can't sum up my feelings about football in a chant.
You message Hayden Pedigo just saying,
love this. Very technical guitar playing.
Very technical. The way you pass the plectrum between
the way
hands.
your chords shift. Wow. Anyway, yeah, it's just really kind of Western.
Wow, we've both chosen sort of like, acoustic, soft.
But yours is about, Sufjan Stevens probably got quite anguished. The way I kind of see Sufjan is kind of like, I was in love with you. And then he'll say something really dark and gross, just to kind of make it.
Yeah, exactly. We love dark and gross.
Yeah, of course. But Hayden Pedigo's entirely instrumental, never sings once. He's been opening for somebody on tour, someone big, and it's really opened. I think he's going to be.
I will listen to this because I like listening to instrumental music, especially when I'm working.
Yeah,
like to have
that's what it's perfect for. I really have a few artists this year that I kind of had when I'm, my year's kind of been defined by opening for people on tour. Mm-hmm. That's mostly what I've been doing. Susan McCabe and Frankie Kokoza, and it's been I've just spent a lot of times in dressing rooms, ironing, and what I like to do is put on some instrumental music and just meditate.
Yep. Okay, that's good. That I will check that out. Hey, Chris number 10 is The Happiest Time I Ever Ignored by Hayden Pedigo.
Number 9 for Liam
is Black Country New Road live at Bush Hall.
Live at Bush Hall. Covered already on the pod.
We covered on the Patreon, I think, very early in the year.
Well, this came out last year. No, as a YouTube special, and then the album came out this year. So you can watch it on YouTube and see all the stage decorations.
So I've always liked Black Country New Road. This was one of the bands that I got to be a bit cool about because I liked the song Sunglasses before their first album came out. I was a day oneer.
One of the first episodes of this, we were talking about Black Country New Road. And I was like,
he was making fun of the guy for having mental health problems. Now he's not in the band anymore. I wonder if he heard the app. Interesting.
I sent it to him.
The power The power we have.
I'm a very technical troller.
I really enjoyed listening to the album, and then we covered it, and then that made me dislike it a bit.
Really?
Because
my opinions infected your mind.
No, it wasn't yours. I think you liked it as well, but just doing the research for it and reading loads of stuff about it, it was one where, once I found out they were all music school posh kids, still went to like Guildhall. And then I read somewhere that it sounded like a musical. I couldn't really get that out of my head. And it kind of fucked it for me.
BCNR, the wonderful.
Yeah. And so I didn't really listen to it for quite a few months. And then when I made my sort of big list, which was like 25 albums or something of what I was going to try and whittle down to 10 for this, that was on there. So I went back and listened to it again.
Powerful.
And it was, it was a reminder of how good it is all the way through. It is a bit cheesy and it is a bit cringe, but we need cringe to be free. That's what we've discussed in this podcast so many times.
This has been a huge theme this year, is the importance of cringe.
The power of the cringe factor.
Sometimes I listen to something and it's fine. There's no cringe.
Yeah.
And to sink my teeth into.
There is a little bit of, it's like being at a musical about it when they say BCNR, friends forever.
And it's interesting, the things that we hate about other people are so often the things that we hate about ourselves. And
not in this case though.
No, but you are a theatre dweeb.
Oh, ex-theatre, recovering theatre.
You're in recovery for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I'm constantly evolving. I have rare candy every single day. I level up and I change who I am.
It's interesting you say that, because when you evolve a Pokemon with rare candy, you actually don't get a lot of the EVs, the effort values.
That's what I don't have.
When you're level 100, you won't have... it'd be as powerful as someone who's evolved naturally.
You pointed at yourself there. You're the least evolved person I know. Still essentially the same person you were at 18 years old.
Wear a scarf.
The boy on this album is still one of my top tracks of the year.
Turbines, Pegs.
Yeah, it's a live album. I wanted to put a live album on the list as well, just because I love live albums. I love listening and feeling like you're there. And the live video on YouTube is really good as well. So Black Country, New Road. They're doing a gig. I'm kind of thinking about going to this, although it's crazy, right? We've spoken before about traveling for gigs, but so yesterday Mogwai posted that they're doing a gig in, is it Kilmarnock in Dublin?
Kilmarnock.
No, and it's headlined by Lankum. Who I think we might talk about in the intro next week, because that came up a few times in the Patreon. Lankum, Mogwai, Black Country, New Road, and this is the kit on my birthday weekend in Dublin.
And you want a whole gang out?
Well, maybe. Well, I'm looking
Legends
at it,
only.
I'm thinking, fuck, that's cool, man.
You want to get a tent or something?
I don't think it's a festival.
Doesn't mean you can't live in a tent for the night.
You want to go camping in Ireland in the middle of June?
I want to go to Dublin bus station and live in a tent.
Yeah, there will be lots of other people there because there is a housing crisis in Ireland.
Shout out to Leo Varadkar, one of my all-time boys.
Yes. So my number 9, Black Country, New Road, live at Bush Hall. Number 8, Christopher.
You don't need to put it. It's number 9 for me.
Number 9. Roar.
My number 9 for Christopher is MJ Lenderman's live record also.
What the fuck is going on?
And The Wind, live and loose.
I like how it starts with the word and. I think that's a cool way to start something.
The Wind.
And The Wind.
So MJ Lenderman is the current kind of guitarist du jour of the American indie rock scene. He's got a lot of hype behind him. He currently plays guitar for the country indie sludge band Wednesday, whose album Rat Saw God has been getting huge.
Yeah, I listened to that a couple of times. I think I need to listen to it more. We should say as well that whilst these are our personal top 10s, we're not calling these the best albums. I don't think you are, because there's loads I haven't listened to. Like I haven't really given that Wednesday record enough attention.
It's fine.
Listen to it twice.
I like it.
Yeah,
it's not as country as I'd like it to be. Everybody's like, oh, it's very country, and I'm like, it's more post-hardcore than it is country.
Well, yeah, it's more sludge indie.
I've not been getting into indie sludge recently.
What is indie sludge?
You don't want to know, man.
Okay.
That's what comes out when you poop. If you're in Camden, circa 2003.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, MJ Lindemann, he's the guitarist. His girlfriend is the lead singer in Wednesday. He's the guitarist in that band. He put out a record last year called The Boat Songs, which had one of my... I only started listening to that this year. I was like, fuck, I feel so done. You know that way this will happen at the start of next year for us after this? Do you know the start of a year when you hear an album from last year and you're like, fuck, this would have been my albums of the year if I had just heard it in time?
Yes.
That was MJ Lindemann's record last year for me this year. I was like, oh, ding. But then he
ding.
Oh, ding. It's like,
ding.
Oh, ding for cool people.
Oh, ding.
Oh, ding.
Oh, ding.
It's like ring a ding ding. And yeah, they put this record out, a live record, and it's like some of the same songs from last year, which were recorded in a kind of lo-fi acoustic guitar way. Now he's got a full band, rocking and rolling, very kind of Replacements core, very kind of Springsteen-esque, and like a lot of slide guitar, but like a full. Some of the old songs are like 3 minutes long, and they're jammed out to like 7 minutes long, and the lyrics are just heartbreaking, and the guitar work is also heartbreaking.
That's And the Wind, live and loose.
I love a live record.
I love a loose record.
Yeah,
And
not
this
enough
is
loose
both.
records out there.
Yeah, so I'm glad we included live albums. We decided not to include reissues.
No reissues. What would you put on if we could put a reissue on?
Talking Heads stop making sense. The reissue is fantastic.
Yeah, and people are talking about fucking Neutral Milk Hotel got nominated for a Grammy in the year of our Lord 2023.
Great. That album, very seminal album for me. You've just read the book about it. We've both just got a poster for it.
Seminal indeed. A lot coming that record.
We should be doing
A lot of pedo-ish cum.
Neutral Milk Hotel on the Patreon soon, I think.
Yeah, get Thorburn in maybe.
Yeah.
He likes it.
Cockball
likes cum.
torture.
Yes.
CBT. Okay, my number 8.
Number 8 for Liam.
Number 8 is Lana Del Rey with Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard.
Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard?
So I'm going to correct myself on some of the opinions I gave on this when we covered it.
What was your initial opinions?
I loved it,
Uh-huh.
but I wasn't crazy about that, like the interludes, the preacher sections. But then I listened again. I've got it on record now.
Oh.
It was gifted to me by my wife for my birthday. She can give good gifts.
Not just
I bought her a
copper
holiday to the Mars, and she got me a record.
Hotel on the Mars.
No, it was great gift. And actually, I think my mum gave it to me.
Your mum got you a Lana Del Rey record? That's fucked.
On the advice of my wife.
Oh, much like your niece getting the advice of me.
This is why being a record guy is actually a very selfless act, because it means you're very easy to buy for, because you're just like, oh, I'm just going to get him records. Do you know what I mean?
just get books for everybody. I'm the inverse.
Well, yeah.
My gifts for other people are based on my interests.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Funko Pop that you gifted back to me.
Look
Crazy.
at that. Imagine me having that in my house.
It was in your house for a year and a half.
Do you know what it was? The back of a cupboard. I threw it there in anger when I got home with it. Sam said, oh, what's that? Oh, it's fucking Funko Pop. She went, ha ha.
Just put it with the others.
Smashed that plate off
There's
it.
no room for any more Funko Pops. We've got so many. How many do you have in your house now? One less?
I would gladly shit on that.
On the Linkin Park one?
Yeah.
That's nice when someone gives you something as a gift for Christmas to then say, I would shit on this. That's cool. What's wrong with you? I listened again.
Yeah.
I listened again to it, and the preacher. I think what happened was when we cover albums, we obviously have to listen to them like many times in a week, which I don't think really suited this album because of those long preacher parts. I would find myself just like skipping them. Do you know what I mean? But some things aren't.
That's
really...
not how it's supposed to be enjoyed. You need to think about that when you're enjoying something.
Of course,
try
but
not to say
it can be difficult to compartmentalize. You know how it's supposed to be listened to, enjoyed, and how you are having to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, so going back to it, I had a different experience. Even though I think I was kind about the record when we covered it, it made me go, no, do you know what? This is fantastic, and it's so cool that someone as big and
hydroplanable name.
she is not an alternative figure. She has huge mainstream success. And in the middle of this album, which is like fucking poetic and dark, she's putting in these like weird, long fucking preach sections. And also a lot of the songs take weird turns, weird electronic fucking solos in there. And it gave me another chance to examine like some of the lyrics. I think she is one of the best lyricists out there. She manages to talk about modern things in a way that is not cringe, which is really hard. The most famous woman you know is calling on your iPad. I love that. That's so interesting. I love this lyric which I've written down. I've been tearing around in my fucking nightgown 24/7, Sylvia Plath. Love that. Writing in blood on the walls because the ink in my pen don't work in my notepad. Don't ask me if I'm happy. You know that I'm not. But at my best, I can say I'm not sad.
Shout out to ThinkPad though.
Shout out to ThinkPad, Lenovo ThinkPads.
Is that what she's talking about? She said nope.
She said notepad, so I don't think she means a Lenovo ThinkPad. However, I would not put it beyond Lana Del Rey to put the words Lenovo ThinkPad in a song and still make you cry.
Jacking off with the most famous guy I know on my Lenovo ThinkPad.
Also, as I said in the episode, anyone who puts the words fuck me to death in a...
Open me up. Tell me you like it. Love me until I love myself.
It's the club singer Lana Del Rey.
Yeah. Open me up.
So, yeah, my number 8, Lana Del Rey. Did you know there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? Did you know that there's a tunnel under Arthur's Seat?
Did you know? I didn't know about that. I think you told me about that in the thing, actually. But somebody told me with this, was it you who messaged me saying, oh, the tunnel under Ocean Boulevard, they're putting a fucking nightclub in the tunnel under Ocean Boulevard now?
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know there's a nightclub under Ocean Boulevard? Would you go to a nightclub that played exclusively Lana Del Rey?
Under Ocean Boulevard?
Yeah, just that song on repeat, like the episode of Father Dead.
Number 8. No, you do number 8 for me.
Number 8.
My number 8 is arguably the Lana Del Rey of the thrash metal scene of the 1980s.
That's what I'm
saying. I've always considered James Hetfield to have a Lana Del Rey quality. It is obviously Metallica's 72 Seasons.
So what I remember from the episode about this is that you were not that enthused about it, really.
No.
But have you listened to it a lot since then?
Sort of.
Right.
I think what's happened, I was reading the Quietus's countdown of the 20 best metal albums this morning. And
the 20 best metal albums released this morning?
This year.
Wow, metal is doing well. They've got...
All right. And there's some other metal records that came out this year that didn't make the list that I thought were really fantastic. There's a thrash band from Leeds called Pest Control who only sing songs about insects.
Good name. They sing about insects? Yeah. That's fucking awesome.
They're really good. And then the drummer who was in my band, he has a band now called Coffin Mulch. And they're the most exciting.
These are good names.
Most exciting Glasgow death metal band.
So many modern band names suck. They're all called stuff like maths teacher or do you know what I mean?
Sports class.
Like those
shut
guys.
Up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Grow a pair of balls and fucking get a mortgage, you fucking Reese's Piece loser. What? Shut up.
Fucking Reese's Piece loser.
We're called geography lesson. Why don't you fucking take a lesson in shutting up from me? Lesson number 1, shut up, idiot.
Just like 2 words of something like that. Yeah, it sucks.
Well, there was one called Modern Studies, and I thought that was quite cool.
Because Modern Studies, there is sports team.
I said sports lesson, I think.
Yeah. There's a few of them. They're all called the same thing.
They're all gimps. How about coffins, huh? How about you bring some coffins into the mix?
Coffin Mulch.
Coffin Mulch.
Oh.
Huge death metal album that's come out this year that people are saying is kind of breaking new ground in death metal is they're called Tomb Mold.
Tomb Mold and Coffin Mulch. I feel like metal is having its own version of sports team and maths teacher in that you just,
a place where people have died and then something gross there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're both absolutely crusher. The first...
My metal band's Grave Scum.
My band's absolutely crusher. It's like the sitcom, absolutely. Anyway, Metallica 70 Seasons. My issue with it at the time, and I think I'm quoting myself here, is what I was saying, that they have an album called Saint Anger that you listened to, which I think is very funny, which is considered one of the worst albums ever by anybody. Because it's produced so badly. Or it's produced so weirdly.
The song Saint Anger is good, though.
Okay, interesting. People say that's really bad. I love that album. I don't like it. Whereas with this one, I like it, but I don't love the new one, you know. But then I had that kind of thing. You'll get to this obviously when you talk about one of your picks, I think. But I remembered that heavy metal is like perfect exercise music, you know. And I started doing some jogging.
Yes.
Some jogging. Some runs.
Yes.
To 72 Seasons by Metallica.
Okay.
And I was like, no, this is what this is for.
Now it's infected your brain.
And now it's like, this is for like kind of 50-year-old dudes who are like, fuck, you know, try to get back on the treadmill. And that's how I feel. Having recovered from a smoking addiction. I'm in recovery myself.
Wow.
And let's be good.
So it's like a personal relationship with the album rather than it being this is really good.
I consider trying to say that something is objectively good to be impossibly stupid.
Yep.
You know, so it's really just these 10 albums I'm talking about are just the ones that have just hit me in the balls.
That's Chris's ball hitting number 8, Metallica, 72 Seasons.
Number 7 for Liam.
My number 7 is Grian Chatten, Chaos for the Fly, the debut solo record from Fontaines DC frontman Grian Chatten. I've liked Fontaines. I was a day oneer for them as well.
How did you get into them?
You have been getting into them?
No, how did you get into them?
I think it was just I heard some of their songs probably on Six Music.
Six Music.
They are a little bit they've got a bit of crossover with your sort of lad rock fans.
It's interesting you say that. I know an Irish person, and I was speaking to them this year, and I was trying to tell them about the mishap that we had with the Ratons.
Yes.
When I was like, I'm scared to go to Sheffield because
they slagged off this band.
Slagged off this Sheffield band that's really popular there. I'm scared to do stand up there in case their fans come down to the venue and tear my trousers off and slap me in the bum. Yep. Cock and bum.
We slapped his bum last night at the comedy club.
We went down to Leadmill and slapped his little cock off. I'm scared that they're going to slap my bum so hard that my cock just comes flying off.
Yeah.
Which is really just scary.
Imagine you did that in Sheffield and like Jarvis Cocker saw.
Oh, blooming out.
Oh no, his bum has been slapped.
His bum has been slapped.
Alex Turner as well, yeah.
He got his cock slapped off his bum on the moon. No gravity. His cock fell off his front of his bum and hit himself on the face in the zero gravity suite on the Olympus Mountains.
So yeah, you were chatting to someone about that.
I was talking to someone about how the Ratons were a kind of like laddish rock band where they just kind of sang about she gets it itself and 10 pounds removed. And they were like, oh, we have something like that in Ireland. We've got Fontaines DC. And I was like, no.
Yeah, that's a crazy comparison. They do have a song where they go, I like the kind of violence that you get around here, that kind of ready, steady violence, which I think could be interpreted as that. But they've got.
I think it's ironic, though. I don't think they actually like that ready, steady violence.
Yeah, I actually have heard that they're kind of D4 Posh Boys as well. So,
of course they are. I think you get on Six Music if you're a genuine fucking North dub.
Well, maybe not, I guess. No. But I do think they are a bit more interesting.
They're probably giving suck jobs to Bono's inhaling son. That's why they're called Inhaler, because he won't stop inhaling. These guys come. With a straw, obviously.
Wow, very interesting that I talk about one Irish band and you just talk about the only other Irish band that you can think of. That's actually kind of problematic. Do you know what I mean?
The Made Walpers, they're Irish. I like them.
Yeah, but they're not defined by their Irishness.
I think if you listen to
Fontaines, Dublin City. But anyway, Grian Chatten has released his own. They're pretty prolific, Fontaines. They've got like 3 albums in 3 years, I think, and now Grian has released his own solo album. It's always a bit like, oh no, is this going to be good, or is it going to be Philip Selway from Radiohead, who cancelled on me for dinner, by the way.
Just what I say, don't know if this made it out. Can't remember what's been published and what hasn't been published, but Liam nearly had lunch, dinner,
Linner,
supper,
Glinner.
No. Liam nearly had Glinner for lunch. They were going to put a spike up his bum and roast him over a fire.
I knew they did it with Philip Selway from Radiohead, but he cancelled because he had a throat infection.
And yet he still done the gig.
And yet he still did his gig. But the person I knew at the gig said he turned up for sound check and then went straight back home to his hotel room because he was really ill. And then he turned up and he just did his gig and then he left.
What else would he do?
Well, he didn't.
It's a normal gig.
Well, no, he
came to sound check and then he performed and he left.
Just did his spot.
Oh.
Rather than like hanging around. Just like literally was in, didn't speak to anyone, and out again, which is unlike him apparently.
Pathetic.
Anyway,
Liam Neeson had a hack away.
The song Fairlies was played a bit on the radio, and I
listened to that today.
It's good,
and
isn't
the one
it?
before it as well.
You can follow me, I can go along. That song was actually...
I don't know if you're doing it justice.
One of the not inspirations, but I was listening to that song about the same time I was listening to reading The Old Man in the Sea by Ernest Hemingway, and then I got my Old Man in the Sea tattoo.
Talk about that.
Which you've seen. No, I'm not going to tell the whole story now, but it's the Old Man in the Sea. If it were two skeletons, instead of an old man in the oceans off the South America, if it was a skeleton on the River Styx. And that is partly due to this song, I think, because there's a lyric where it goes, the boat is drifting in, the weight is cast. How can life go so slowly and death come so fast? Across the river Styx, I'll row along. And that's what put it in my brain to get that. I do love that lyric, though. How can life go so slowly and death come so fast? I think it's cool.
That is good lyricism. Was that your belly?
Can you hear my tummy?
I genuinely thought that was a subway train. And then I remembered Edinburgh doesn't have a subway system. It has a great bus system, doesn't have a subway system.
There's a tunnel under Arthur's Seat, but
there's
not
a tunnel under Arthur's Seat.
Yeah, there's a rumbling in my tummy. So that could be a precursor to bad things to come.
There's a rumble in Liam's tummy. Open me up.
Skeleton fucking rowing along the inside of my tummy.
Here's a question. We've made a few veiled references to the Arctic Monkeys album, Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino. One of my favourite albums of all time. But sometimes I think about that album and I go, how different would it be received if it was called Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino by Alex Turner?
Right, okay. If it was a solo effort.
Yeah. How would you feel if... Because I don't listen to a lot of Fontaines, but I know they're generally a kind of up-tempo, moody, post-punk.
Yeah, they're like a post-punk band.
Big bass lines, but punk. And this is quite more singer-songwriter-y.
Yep.
And a bit loungy. How would you feel if this was called Fontaines DC?
I think it... Well, I mean, I would be impressed... at the big left turn for a band to make. Somebody does post-punk to then do a sort of singer-songwriter showcase. But I think it works as Grin Chatton's own thing. It's good to have it separate, I think. But it's a great album. It's fun. It's not fun all the way through, but it is lyrically, I think he's really, really strong. That's the thing that I think binds most of my... choices is...
Big lyrics guy.
I'm a big lyrics guy.
You like words.
I like to think about what they're saying, why they wrote what they wrote, what it means to me personally, how I can tattoo it on my arm. And yeah, Grin Chatton, if you haven't listened, I would recommend. And if you're not a big Fontaines head, I would rethink that too. They're cool.
Okay, so they're posh. Lana Del Rey went to private school. Like Country New Road went to private school. Sufjan Stevens, have you done a secret posh show on him? I haven't done a secret posh show on him,
but it is pretty... What do I think? Man's name is Sufjan. That's what I think.
Second name Stevens, though.
Like, I can't think of a famous Stevens. Rachel Stevens?
Yeah. So, you know.
Sufjan Stevens is actually related to Rachel Stevens. Did you know that from S Club 7?
Did you know that?
Sufjan 7?
Rachel Stevens song, LA.
I would like to hear a Sufjan Stevens cover of S Club 7. Reach for the star. Climb every mountain higher. Reach for the stars. Follow your heart's desire. What is your number 7?
Number 7.
Number 7.
The National with Laugh Track.
National, of course, had 2 albums out this year. When I was
both covered by the pod.
On my long list was the first 2 pages of Frankenstein, but it just didn't make it to the top 10.
Sure. Was never even in consideration for me. I didn't like it. If you're not familiar with the deep national lore on this podcast, I couldn't make it one week, and Liam covered the National, one of my favourite groups.
They were in your Apple Wrapped or whatever it's called.
Yeah, my huge Apple Wrapped.
Yeah.
I wrap apples before every show, and sometimes bands get caught in them.
They should call it Apple Wrapped the Apple Turnover. That's good stuff. Come on.
Can't wait till Apple goes out of business. It's called the Apple Crumble. Now this is podcasting.
This is pod racing.
I was going to throw my scarf back, but I already done that.
You've already done that dramatically. So you went to see the National. You and Stu spoke about that. And
the deep lore
episode. Oh, sorry, the deep lore.
You done your episode with Stu.
Yes, you were jealous. Did your own episode with Stu about the National?
I done my own episode with Stu about the Arctic Monkeys. As revenge against me, you intentionally covered one of my favourite bands with Stu, without me. Ergo, I had to cover the National's album Laugh Track with Stu. Have you listened to this record?
Not as much as I should have, really, for whatever reason. I think it just... When did it drop? Kind of a busy time.
The week before we went to see them. It was in September.
Yeah, it's been a busy period. There's so much albums to listen to.
I guess.
Well... We do 6 episodes a month. We've done 6 episodes a month for a year. So that's we've listened to 70 albums odd for the pod.
Yeah.
Plus our own personal stuff. So probably 100 albums we've listened to multiple times this year. So some do just slip by. So, one of them for me was the National Laugh Track.
She keeps on slipping me by.
Yeah.
I was singing that to you on the phone for some reason recently.
Sometimes Chris just finds me to sing to me.
Songs that we've covered about 2 years ago in this.
So the National's Laugh Track.
It's the reason I didn't really I kind of see what's going on with the National. I see the route they're going down. The Taylor Swift vibe.
Yeah.
The Phoebe Bridgers vibe. And Phoebe Bridgers appears in this, but I just felt like that first time they put it out, I was like, they're slipping. They're slipping on by. A la the Far Side. They're slipping. Yeah. Whereas with this one, I could tell that the drummer was fucking raging. That he didn't get to play a lot of drums in the first one, and there's 9 drum solos in this album, and the last track is a semi-improvised jam.
So the National have kind of always been cool, but now I guess it feels like they're chasing cool when they're already cool.
No, it feels like they're not chasing cool. Well, I mean, it's not cool to be a Taylor Swift fan. Did you see that thing she posted today?
No,
it was in fact
she's Time Person of the Year.
In the interview, she goes, "Me re-releasing my albums, it's like Horcruxes. It's like the Infinity Gems from Marvel. It's like I'm like Gandalf saying you." She says those 3 sentences in a row.
What the fuck?
I know.
She's such a dweeb.
She's a gimp.
Yeah.
So she's not cool. All right. Phoebe Bridgers is cool. Getting the fashion cycle's coming around.
She's cool. She's kind of cringe, but she's cool.
Aye, it's important.
She cheated on Bo Burnham.
Good. And I hate Bob Burnham.
Bob Birmingham.
I hate Bob Birmingham. I hate Brian Badunde from Face Jacket. And this record, to me, it was clearly just get loads of drums. And I could just tell it was them going, let's go the other way. It's a course correction, this record.
Right.
And it's also we done that, let's do this. Balance, everybody's happy.
It's a good title, Laugh Track. Well,
Put on the laugh track, everyone.
It'd be like if we
you're a mess.
Did a fringe show called Dance Party.
Oh no.
No, that's different.
I did that. No,
yeah, there's something different.
What's your next fringe show going to be called?
It's going to start with the word and.
And the Wind Live and Loose by Liam Whiffney.
Yes.
It could be about your farts.
That is a
theme.
A sort of natural progression from talking about my poos.
That'll be 2 shows about shitting yourself in a row.
Well, I've already done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we'll go for here.
Well, to farts, I guess. We'll move from solids to gas. Solids, I wish. Jesus Christ.
You heard the stand-up album by Brian Posehn, the Fartist?
Giant Brian Pussy. Graham Chatton.
Brian Posehn.
Right.
He done a stand-up record called The Fartist.
Right, nice.
After the artist.
I have heard that, actually. I haven't... Yeah, I do know of it. It's just an hour of fart jokes.
An hour of fart jokes.
Yeah, so it's already been done.
Everything's been done, though. It's just that to be an artist is to make a collage.
Maybe I'll just go for a bodily function that hasn't got spoken about as much. Snot. Has anyone done an hour on snot?
Sarah Squirm.
Right, yeah.
She didn't literally, but I think it came across like that.
Yeah, we went to see that.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't there. Wasn't invited.
Right, so you weren't. You... anyway.
What?
What?
Number 6.
I just don't want to talk about another comedian on the podcast.
Bo Burnham?
What?
Bo Burnham. Number 6.
My number 6 was the most recently covered artist. So there's a sort of, what's it called, recency bias or something when...
Do you think that though? Because you put Black Country New Road on, and they've had their record out.
But I mean,
You've
in
got other
terms of
choices
this, like it is a thing in listicles. There is it goes the opposite way with films classically, right? When you read lists of like the 100 greatest movies of all time, there is a bias towards older films, and a lot of these lists on like big websites like BFI or
Little stuff for the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, it's all stuff like that, and they're like, no good movie has been made in the last 30 years, and you're like, come on, have you seen Infinity War?
Have you seen that greatest? It's called Endgame, the one that people say is the best one.
Yeah, but there's another thing with music where people talk about albums of the year. There is a reason that so many albums get released second half of the year because people are still excited about it, and so it goes on their list immediately. So I was trying to avoid that a little bit, but this Green Lung album I have really been fucking struck by for a few reasons.
Your first favourite metal album?
My first favourite metal album, Baby's
Beautiful.
first metal album, and that is a result of the podcast and my foray. I've been along the River Styx. I row along into a hellscape with fucking creepy demons playing guitars at me, and I'm enjoying. This is the first album. This is the first record ever made. This is the first metal album I've put on and been like, holy fuck, this bangs.
Yeah.
I love this. I'm into it straight away.
Yeah.
And then I've recommended to people who already like metal, who hadn't listened to it, who are like, yeah, this is cool. It's cool because it's like goes into the folklore of the country. We spoke a lot about that. They're also like fucking cool left-wing guys. I love all the artwork.
You're going to be really disappointed getting into heavy metal if you care about the political background of the people who are singing, because a lot of them are
necessarily getting into heavy metal as such, but I like these guys, and that's enough for me right now. And again, you've been running to metal. I've been lifting to this. I've been growing my big muscles.
There'll be some worms out there who don't listen to the Patreon episodes, and they'll miss out my great point, which is worms. They'll miss out my great point that doom metal is for lifting, because it's like...
They'll miss out on my great point.
So it's good for like bicep curls.
Yep.
Whereas you put thrash on for a fucking... It's good for cardio.
What was that? Was that metal music?
Well, that's it. There is a big crossover between Iron Maiden and cowboy chase music. Ennio Morricone's Ecstasy of Gold is Metallica's entrance music. We all know
that. So that is my number 6 album of the year, Green Lung, This Heathen Land. I'm so excited to see what happens to them. I think they're going to blow up big time, because if people like me are into them. And when I shared one of their songs on my Instagram story, I had loads of people. It turns out if I share a song, people actually listen to it, which I was really excited about. People replied to my story saying, this fucking slaps. So I think they have mainstream, maybe not mainstream, but crossover somewhat appeal. And apparently the live show is absolutely amazing. So I think it's going to be a big year for them. Love this album. I highly recommend it. I was going to maybe get it for Christmas from my niece, but Chris fucked that up.
No, it's a do it anyway.
No, but now I know what it is. Yeah. I like surprises in my presents. If I get a record-shaped gift and I open it and it's this, then, that's obvious. So thanks for ruining that for me. What is your number 6?
Number 6 for Christopher. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizards Petro-Dragonic Apocalypse. Can I do that again?
No. Okay. Another metal album.
Well,
this is a thrash metal album. I have ran to this. Actually, I put this on the treadmill, and this works. Your theory might be right, actually.
Let me just get the full title. Petro. Okay, found it. Not getting a lot. Are you getting Signal? I can't get a signal.
I'm on the Wi-Fi because we record here every week for a year, so I've already done that. It's crazy that you haven't.
It won't even show me the full title on the Apple Music. Can you get the full title on Spotify?
Do you not think if you were putting this on the list, it would have been good to know the full...
Are you kidding on? You want me to write that? Okay, it's
Petrodragonic Apocalypse or Dawn of Eternal Night and Annihilation of Planet Earth and the Beginning of Merciless Damnation.
I wanted to stick on King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizards, Petrodragonic Apocalypse, or, semicolon, or Dawn of Eternal Night, colon, an Annihilation of Planet Earth and the Beginning of Merciless Damnation, because...
Clink up that.
Well, what? Do I need to say it again?
No.
Petrodragonic...
It's gone.
Petrodragonic Apocalypse or Dawn of Eternal Night and Annihilation of the Merciless Damnation.
We had a clean one.
Right. I wanted to put on this album because it fucking rips. And I wanted to put on a metal album. I think it's like, I really like what about Green Lung, what I really liked about it, and what I like about prog metal in general, conceptual metal albums, is it is quite a conservative medium in terms of form. It's always boom, 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 boom. It's always jigga digga, jigga digga, jigga digga, jigga digga. It's always it's always sounds like that. It doesn't matter what wee spins you put on it, it always sounds like that. So really what you're playing with is the accoutrements.
Love the accoutrements.
The accoutrements of heavy metal.
They're my number 4, the accoutrements.
That was more a kind of like 2004 indie band title.
Ladies and gentlemen, the accoutrements.
I'll be down the high street playing with my big feet, singing about big meat. Oh, yeah. That's what the accoutrements.
That was the accoutrements with big meat, big feet. They're playing this weekend at Camp Festival.
They're playing Tea in the Park and they'll be bottled with piss. Shout out to the
They all work in marketing now.
Yeah, I used to play in the accoutrements.
Oh my god, I saw them on the Enemy tour. That's crazy.
Yeah, the guy from the Maccabees shagged us all. It's like, fuck,
Shagabees.
I just want to say that the members of the Maccabees have never shagged anybody.
So this is our last one on this
episode. So you're
episode
playing with the accoutrements of heavy metal, which is the you can't actually, it's like Neapolitan pizza. That's what heavy metal is, it's pizza. It's got to have the base. It's got to have sauce. Most of the time tomato. Sometimes people fuck about with it. Barbecue.
I hate that.
Terrible.
Oh, barbecue sometimes is okay.
Yes, exactly. Hate that. But, something. That's screaming vocals.
That's what it's white sauce on a pizza. That's fucked up.
Barbecue sauce is the screaming vocals of heavy metal.
Right.
You're like, ugh. Then you try it and you're like, actually I can get into that.
I like the screaming vocals that I can understand.
You'll find your barbecue. Mm-hmm. Cheese. Got to be cheese. But sometimes it's ricotta, mozzarella, cheddar. There's all different types of cheese that you can put on.
Italian 5-hard cheese.
And it's like some people stick anchovy on. Some people stick pepperoni on. Some people, Crystal Evans, who's a co-host of this sometimes, she thinks it's disgusting that chicken's on it.
Yeah.
But you're playing about with the different things. And
isn't that all art? Why is that specifically metal?
Just because the form of pizza is so standard.
Right.
But you can have variations on it.
Sometimes you buy those big oval pizzas.
Yeah.
They're annoying to cut.
ZZ.
Yeah. They're annoying to cut into good traditional pizza slices.
Remember when Yes Bar used to sell a meter of pizza?
Yeah.
Terrible.
No wonder that place went down the fucking pan. No wonder their toilets are always blocked selling people meters of pizza. Jesus Christ.
They have had some plumbing problems. I just don't understand how the Scottish Independence themed Italian restaurant and comedy club who sells exclusively meat-along items of food.
Why did that not?
How did they get business? I don't understand. Just because the venue underneath was so small that you could only get 70 people in there, but it was impossible to make a profit.
Yeah, crazy.
I don't know. Anyway, shout out to the people who ran that. Jim the Best is the best.
So that's your number 6.
What I'm saying is, that's the cool thing about heavy metal, is that because the form is so, and pizza, because the form is so established, it's like you can play about in extreme ways with the accoutrements. And why not put a concept about the pagan history of heavy metal that takes influence from the 70s folk horror cinematic thing, and Queen-esque and Rainbow-esque Ritchie Blackmore guitar that you have on Green Lung. And on this, it's like, okay, it's a thrash metal album, so you know so much stuff about how it's going to sound and the way the songs are structured. Why not make a concept album about a world where the petroleum industry has so thoroughly ravaged Mother Earth's resources that a clan of witches, a coven of witches, uses their powers to resurrect the dinosaurs of the prehistoric age into the modern world to start a magical dinosaur war with the companies.
Why not?
Why not do that?
And that's what they did.
And that's what they did. And I just think that's so brilliant.
I nearly bought this album today for you as the Christmas gift, but I asked for an Avalanche record. I said, do you have any King Giz? I actually said King Giz because I'm cool.
You got any KG in the L-dub?
And the guy went, no, we don't. And I was like, oh. And he went, they just released too many records, so it's pointless having them in because there's a new one all the time. And I think the people who want them just get them sent to them and they don't buy them. They don't shift.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Interesting.
It's an attitude like that from Avalanche Records that is going to destroy the music industry.
Cool posters, though. So that brings us to the end of part 1 of the countdown of our individual top 10 albums of the year. We hope maybe you have found something that you want to listen to out of that. We'll be back next week for part 2, counting down our top 5 records each of the year. Pretty exciting.
That's right.
So tune in. Then
make sure to download this episode to your iPod.
Your Microsoft Zune is loaded. And if you want to chat a bit more about what you think of our current top 5s, then maybe not go on to the Patreon.
Why don't you go on the Patreon and listen? I don't know if you noticed I did this. I made the post asking people for the records open, not just to the ultras, but to anybody who goes on there.
I'm so very impressed that you know how to do that. Well done. Congratulations.
Looking at this stuff.
Enjoy your week, and we'll be back for top 5 next week. Love you. Bye.
Peace and love next week.